What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris with game number 1 between VP and Team Liquid. This is from TPL4. This is in the playoffs, and why are these guys picking so damn quickly? What the hell is going on? VP going with some kind of weird bans. TA as well as the Lifestealer. TA is a hero that Korok does play. He plays a mean TA, and TC's Lifestealer carry is dangerous, but really, over Nyx and Keep It Light, VP, you're gonna give Liquid those two heroes. Wisp still in the pool, however Liquid have banned out the CK, so if you do pick up the Wisp, you're not going to get full mileage out of that hero.
10 seconds
anyway, guys, this is from the playoffs. This is going to be the second kind of playoff game. Already did cast the first one, and I don't think that's up as I'm casting this right now. But yeah, this will determine who goes onto the winner's bracket to face the winner of Alliance versus Fnatic, and who drops down to loser's bracket to face the loser of Alliance versus Fnatic. So yeah, that is what this game is going to go for, and well, it's already off to a fairly weird start. Wisp, as I said before, still in the pool, and I think Liquid are probably right now deciding if they want to go for that pick. VP completely abandoning all pretense of having a standard game, standard bans. I mean, their lineup is pretty standard, but their bans definitely not so. They're going to give up a lot of S tier heroes to Team Liquid, and Liquid instead going to go for the Puck. So going to get a little bit of mid lane control with Korok's Puck. It is a hero that I would not want to play against ever. Like, if I have to mid lane versus Korok, like, ever in my Dota career, I will just, like, yeah, I won't be happy. I'll just be like, okay, we're going to abandon mid lane. We're just going to abandon the mid lane because I'm not going to get anything here. But Team Liquid going for a very solid support lineup with Keeper and Nyx. You will rarely ever see these two in the same game just because they're so good, but that's what's going to make this game a little bit interesting. I mean, how do these two heroes actually interact with each other? The Nyx does have a good stun, and he will force the VP side to eventually buy some sentry wards. And Keeper Light does have that long range illuminate. Together they work decently well. I think there are definitely heroes that have stronger synergy between the two, so I'm not sure if having two of these individually strong heroes makes for a combined strength larger than the sum of its parts, but we'll definitely see. VP, on the other hand, going for the Nature's Prophet, Gyrocopter, as well as the Bane, so they already have the hard carry for Crazy, most likely. Not for Crazy, for Illidan, most likely. Nature's Prophet in the hard lane, Bane to support the Gyrocopter, so they could go for a pretty decent, aggressive tri-lane setup right now. If they pick up another hero, if they go for well, I don't know. Bane has some decent setup. They could go for something like a Rubik. The no field actually would be huge if they actually get the levels up on the Rubik. But maybe a support with a little more damage. Maybe Alina would be not too bad. Nightmare into an LSA into Rocket Barrage. That's a lot of magical damage. And Team Liquid, if you look at them, they're all pretty damn soft. So VP will probably look to have one of the aggressive damaging supports as opposed to the more setup-y supports like the Rubik. But they could also go for whatever they do feel like going. Liquid going to be targeting the mid lane bans for VP. They want to shut down some of Crazy's heroes. They ban out the Mag, they ban out the Night Stalker, and they're going to ban out the Queen of Pain because that's what you do. VP going to ban out some hard lane heroes from Team Liquid, although Team Liquid can run an aggressive tri-lane. It's going to be a Wisp ban actually, finally. When was the last time you saw Wisp being banned out here, right? You never see that, ever. But Clockwork Darkseer, also a Phantom Lancer in preparation for possibly a an Ars Art Gyrocopter? Sport Gyrocopter? I don't know who would play that. But just in preparation of that, Team Liquid would have had a lot of AoE to deal with the Phantom Lancer, but oh, wait, wait, I am completely wrong. VP banning out the PL, knowing that Team Liquid need a hard carry. What the hell just went through my head right there? But Team Liquid still are going to look for a hard carry, and VP, on the other hand, yeah, they don't have that much to deal with the PL, so that makes a lot of sense. So let's see what the pick is going to be for VP. Since Team Liquid did not ban the Queen of Pain, I really don't see why VP wouldn't want to do that, except for the Puck versus Queen of Pain matchup. Well, the spells definitely favor the Puck. If you could phase shift any of the Queen of Pain skills, more likely than not, you're going to end up winning the lane because phase shift is free. And if you dodge a spell, then that costs them mana, which is going to cost them bottle charges, which means that you get to hold on to your bottle charges, and yeah, you get to have an advantage that way. However, the right-click battle, the last hitting ability of both the heroes is going to favor Queen of Pain, and VP actually going to go for the DK. So this might be a gyrocopter support, and it's an interesting way to take this tri-lane setup if they do in fact go for the tri-lane. Bane to set up for the Dragonite Dragontail, not exactly an LSA, but it will still allow the gyrocopter to get in there with a missile, possibly with a rocket barrage, definitely, and it'll also add a lot to their early game pushing. If once they get that DK to that level 6 mark, they could look to take down some easy towers. Might be a little bit difficult against Keeper of the Light as well as a Puck who could rotate him. But still, the DK, a very, very heavy carry hero in the sense that he's very hard to take down with right clicks. He will have a ton of armor due to his Dragon's Blood. And then on top of that, he will probably be going a BKB at some point in this game. So Liquid right now, they need to pick up a hero that could actually deal with the Dragon Knight. So I think that, I mean, there's still a lot of carry heroes in the pool. They could go for an Anti-Mage, which would be, in my opinion, probably the best one. They will have to worry about a good amount of stun from the Dragontail as well as the Bane with the Fiend's Grip, but just having that mana burn against that DK is going to be huge. You won't want to run your tri-lane against the enemy tri-lane if you do go for the Anti-Mage, however. That is probably not going to be the best idea for them to do. We'll see. Up. Look at that. I know. I am in Liquid's head right now. They know exactly what I know, and it's so satisfying to say, hey, they're going to go for this, and then they instantly pick it up. That is like the best feeling in the world, because that's just like, hey, yeah, you actually know what you're talking about. This is why we have a couple people watching you. VP, I said that they were going to pick the Queen of Pain, but they still do need a mid hero, unless they want to run the Gyrocopter mid, which won't be too bad, actually. The constant flat cannon harassment is going to make Puck suffer a lot. In phase shift, you could phase shift one of those bullets, but that's about it. You're going to take a lot of shift damage. It won't be the worst idea for VP, in which case they would need another, I would say the Lina would work well here as well. You know, just get a little more damage into that tri-lane if they do choose to lane the Gyrocopter in the mid lane. And then they'll have the double dragons, and everyone knows double dragon is fantastic. Liquid, on the other hand, still do need a hard lane hero. Getting a lot of bulbous heroes banned out by the VP side, and well, they could still run an aggressive tri-lane, but with an Anti-Mage, always a little bit risky, and it's actually going to be an Alchemist, probably going to be a support Alchemist. I don't know why you would pick up an Alchemist and a DK and decide to have the Alchemist farm over the DK, because then it's like, why pick up a DK at all? Dragontail, it's a great stun, but there's better stuns to have, like Telekinesis. But Alchemist, probably going to be wandering really heavily, so I'm gonna guess it's a Gyrocopter mid, Alchemist DK Bane tri-lane with a farming DK. That's a pretty deadly tri-lane right there. That is a lot of stun, that is a lot of magical damage. And Team Liquid, I think Windrunner is really their only possible pickup. Is Druid still in the pool? No, Druid still is in the pool. That's interesting. Weaver is actually going to be the pickup. Okay, so a little bit more damage, a little bit more different survivability than the Windrunner. Bulba, if you're going to that bottom lane, best of luck. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. I'm going to see if they want to switch up some of their heroes, but they're actually going to be a little bit creative with this. Wouldn't be surprised to see if they switch, because you don't really want to choreograph your lanes like this too much. But, hell, they might switch it up and try to confuse me. Liquid, they're looking extremely normal, so we'll go over that as this game progresses. But between the Anti-Mage and the Weaver, they might have enough to bring down the DK and Alchemist, but again, those are two very, very heavy carry heroes, and if they get farmed, then Anti-Mage and Weaver, yes, they do have high damage, but DK has a lot of armor, Alchemist has a million health, and you will need a lot of farm on the Anti-Mage and Weaver to get through the health pools of the DK and Alchemist. So we are in this game. It is going to be the game number 1 to decide who is going to go in the winner's bracket, who is going to drop down to the loser's bracket. On the Liquid side, we have Bulba playing that Weaver. Fluff is going to be handling that Nyx Assassin. We have Korok on the Puck, IX Mike on the Keeper, and TC on the Anti-Mage. On the VP side, we have NS on the Gyrocopter. Crazy is going to be playing the DK. Yes, that you heard me correctly. Illidan is on the Alchemist. KSI on the Nature's Prophet, probably going to go to the top lane, and Ars Art is going to be playing the Bane. So they are going to switch it up just a little bit. Instead of mid laning the Gyrocopter like I thought, they're actually going to run a pure support Gyrocopter. He purchased a lot of wards, he spent a lot of money on that, and he's going to be around just for that Rocket Barrage. Crazy is going to be playing the Dragon Knight, which means means that he's probably going to go towards the mid lane and try to man out versus the puck. IX Mike might be in a little bit of trouble. Fluff and Stuff getting converged upon as well. There's the potion being shaken up. IX Mike is in a huge amount of trouble. Impale is going to catch two. Illidan and NS caught out. IX Mike channel his Illuminate, but it's not going to be in time. He is going to drop for first blood to NS. The support Gyrocopter with a very, very early point in Rocket Barrage. I mean, to Liquid's credit, they did get this ward down, so this camp is not going to spawn, but exchanging that for first blood, definitely not worth it. And NS's Rocket Barrage is really a questionable decision to take a level 1 fight when the enemy team has a Gyrocopter and you have an Anti-Mage on your team. It's not going to work out well, whether that was intentional or not. And let's see if NS finds this ward. He should know. They should know that it's down there. But either way, it is going to be Illidan on this Alchemist bottom lane, just farming it up. Mid lane, he should be relatively fine. Although Liquid, they're going to run a very weird tri-lane. Bulba is probably going to be able to survive, although there are sentry wards. IX Mike and Fluff, two very soft heroes that have to watch their positioning so damn much. If they slip up for just a second, a Nightmare into a Rocket Barrage, and they are deadsies. Let's go over the other two lanes before we keep our camera focused on that one. We have Korok in the mid lane versus Crazy, and Korok is going to completely dominate this lane, especially with the double damage rune that he's picked up. Crazy's probably going to look for a fast bottle. Oh my god, I'm just trying to... Keeper of the Light dies for a second time. It was just a Nightmare into a Potion Shake into Rocket Barrage. And god damn it, I thought that their wait just like at least another like minute so I could go over these lanes. But Korok's gonna have all the time in the world versus Crazy. Even when the Dragon Egg gets his bottle, he will not be able to hit Korok with the Flame Breath if Korok is on point. So Puck, expect to see him possibly go for kills on the DK. Top lane is going to be TC soloing up against KSI, and TC does have a poor man's shield, so he should be able to... look at that, Bulba going to get completely abandoned on this bottom lane, so yeah, TC is, I was about to say, should be able to manage the lane, but with Keeper of the Light as well as the Nyx Assassin coming on in, TC is going to be just fine to get his farm. So expect to see a stacked Anti-Mage, expect to see a stacked Alchemist moving forward in this game. And VP, we'll see what they want to do with the Alchemist. If he wants to max out the Grievel's Greed, if he wants to go for something like a Hand of Midas or a Battle Fury or one of those farming items, as opposed to the early game items that we know that Loda does like to go for, with maxing out the Unstable Concoction, getting only 2 in the Grievel's Greed to accelerate his farm, but not like, you know, put it on to complete steroids. We'll see what the Alchemist wants to do, and really that'll signify what VP wants to do as an entire team. I feel like with the DK and Alchemist, they can't really afford to go for a super late game, because although those heroes are pretty sick, they will go up against an Anti-Mage and a Weaver, and well, Weaver is definitely not going to get any farm, so they will have a little bit more time, but hell, these two agility heroes are very scary carries, and Alchemist is scary, but I don't know if it's scary enough. Korok, you'd see just when I had my camera down there, did dodge a cast of Breathe Fire. So Korok going to be absolutely fine in this lane. Crazy getting zoned out pretty hard. Looks like Korok going to drop that one, but sending an orb right back, and Crazy's going to be forced to Bottle Crow out. KSI in this bottom lane has been forced to jungle. He didn't know where the enemy supports went, so he figured, hey, they might as well be coming for me. And then he's going to play it safe, going to just go straight to the jungle. That is going to let TC get complete free farm, but you know, honestly, he would have gotten free farm even if the Nature's Prophet was there or not, so shouldn't really matter too much. I gotta worry for Bulba's life just a little bit. There are a good deal of sentry wards in the area for VP, so a single Nightmare is going to hold out Weaver enough for the Alchemist to get an Unstable Concoction. Weaver gonna get a couple CS, but now he's gonna get cornered. Arzart looking for that Nightmare onto Bulba. He doesn't have a Shikuchi. There's the Nightmare. The missile's being set up as well. Where's the Potion Shake? Here it comes. Bulba getting hit by the missile as well as the Unstable Concoction. The burst damage will not be enough because it slips right outside of the sentry ward range, and Bulba looking for a Brain Sap will not happen. Arzart still chasing, is not going to find that kill. So close, Bulba. That was a little bit unlucky for VP, a little bit lucky for Liquid. If Illidan was just a little bit closer, if the projectile was just a little bit faster for the missile or the Potion Shake, then it would have been definitely another kill onto this bottom lane. But instead, Liquid, Bulba does manage to survive with his life, will be up at full HP, and he's getting zoned out pretty hard. And unfortunately for the Weaver, like, the bad part about laning Weaver is that he can't do what KSI is doing, who saw that his lane wasn't going well, and he says, screw it, I'm gonna go to the jungle, and that's what I'm gonna do. Bulba, if he sees that his lane isn't going well, he can't say, screw it, I'm going to the jungle, because Weaver jungle is so incredibly slow. You're probably going to be better off just waiting for Shikuchi to be on cooldown every single time and trying to run in with that little bit of magic damage and snag some creep kills and experience that way. because you're going to get messed up in the jungle. You are way too soft to be in the jungle. Top lane TC still farming it up. He's going to go for as fast a Battle Fury as possible. Blink forward for KSI. This could be the death of the Nature's Prophet, actually. She's a couple more hits. Only level 2. Actually, 2 level onto that mana break. And 1 point in stats. TC going for a kind of a variation on the burning build. Usually there would only be 1 point in mana break. Korok taking a good amount of damage from Crazy, but here comes the support. Fluff is going to charge up that stun. Illuminate going to fire as well. Orb going to fly through. Huge magic damage on a Crazy. He is very tanky though, bottling up in the trees. Will survive, and here comes the Gyrocopter. He wants Fluff, wants Korok. Crazy with the Fire Blast is going to kill off one. Now Korok on the run for a missile. No mana to cast that Rocket Barrage. Although he has a magic stick, he could have gotten the kill. Korok now going to jaunt onto his orb. KSI going to teleport here as well. Korok going to dodge the missile as well. Sprout onto IX Mike, but KSI can't really do anything with this. Fluff going to teleport right back onto the mid lane. It is going to be, in the end, another kill for VP as Crazy with just 1 point in Dragon Blood, giving him that survivability. Had the bottle charges as well, and Liquid take an early 3-0 disadvantage in this game. VP continuing to get their farm, not so much in the DK as the Puck. Puck definitely having a better time there, but Puck now does have a Dream Coil. If he had the Dream Coil before, it would have been completely different. But instead, the support from NS was there, and giving KSI joining that fight a little bit later. So VP so far looking to have a decent setup in this game, have a gold advantage, experience advantage is technically still in their favor, and what the hell? I would not expect that to happen ever. I mean, I wasn't really even considering it. There's only 1v1 in this lane. I know I should be looking up here, but it's really hard to look up here and then look at the minimap at the same time and look at the screen. So yeah, I usually just look at where the hero blobs are, and then like when there's more than one hero blob in an area that like have the X's and the blobs in like kind of together, then that's when you go and look. But you wouldn't expect a DK to get a solo kill on the Puck. Guess he just got nailed out by a Dragon Tail into right clicks, and I guess DK does a lot of damage. Who knew? Max out fire when the fire. If he doesn't dodge it, Korok's gonna take a lot of damage from that. So pushing to the top lane, you have Fluff here with the double damage as well. Only level 3 on that Nick Assassin. IX Mike has the level 4 mark, but it is going to be a tower nonetheless. TC, to Liquid's credit, is still farming up a Storm. Bulba, however, is having such a rough time. Is only level 4, whereas KSI is already level 6. So first tower is down in this game, going the way of Liquid. But they're going to need a lot more to recoup this. Because Crazy getting a solo kill on the Puck and really getting fed 2 kills in such a short span has been jumped up to the level 8 mark now. Whereas Korok is still only level 6, so where the lane should have been completely dominated by the Puck, we are now going to see Crazy really dictating the pace of this mid lane. Has his magic wand, has his bottle, will probably go for BKB treads. Not sure what order those would come in, but still 4 kill advantage for VP, and Liquid still have yet to claim one, and Crazy apparently having some internet troubles. We'll see when this game actually does go get back underway. Arzart and NS not doing too great in the level department either, but really they're high enough level to actually be a threat. Really, you only need a level 1 Nightmare Brain Sap. The higher you get that, the better. But we'll see what he wants to go for. Arzart, his skill build. Gyrocopter going to start to build up some flat cannon actually, so possibly wants to get a little bit of clearing now. You'd expect a maxed out rocket barrage, 2 points of missiles, 1 point more than we usually see. Here we go. They want to go for Korok. Crazy does not have the dragon form, so it will be incredibly hard to land this unless they land a Nightmare from the Bane. And Korok should be able to dodge that. I mean, he does have less movement speed than the Bane, but still might be a little risky. Here comes Arzart, and Korok smells him coming. Oh no, he doesn't smell him coming. There's the Nightmare. No, actually phase shifts the animation. Nightmare did not get casted there. So well done by Korok, keeping himself safe. That definitely would have been the death. That would have allowed time for the missile to set up. Even though Fluff was coming in, he could have moved the Nightmare to himself. Would have worked out, possibly. I don't know. Looks like we don't really have to know, because that is not what happened. Bulba finally finding some farm. Korok gonna get Crazy initiated by him. Illuminate, Impale, gonna do some heavy magic damage, but really only bring him down to half HP. He's gonna chug his bottle charges and be just fine. And finding a regen rune in the top lane, he's gonna be more than fine to take that one up. But Bulba is getting some free experience on this bottom lane now. About time too. Desperately needs it. Gonna get a little bit of gold on top of that. The Weaver really not having the best time. TC, does he have his Battle Fury parts coming up? He almost does have his Battle Fury, just needs another 1200 gold, and he will have that. VP side investing a lot of heroes in this mid lane. Crazy has popped his dragon form. Oh, there we go. Nightmare onto Korok, stolen by Fluff, however. Korok is going to silence and get his way out of there. Dream Coil, is he going to throw it? The missile is going to get thrown, but that's about it. Very quick play by IX Mike, stealing the Nightmare from Korok, keeping his puck safe and keeping himself safe at the same time. But really, that play right there had so many layers to it. Korok going to get stunned up, might be in a little trouble. And I think he should be fine, actually. Fluff is here to support. Illuminate's being charged up as well. Rocket Barrage can do some heavy damage to this Nyx. There's Dream Coil onto 2, and they're going to both break it, or at least NS is going to break it. Bulba is here for Shukuchi. Going to charge forward, try to get a pick off onto NS. Will not happen, however. Everyone from VP going to get out of there alive. Looks like that is going to be about it. Bulba using a teleportation scroll to get absolutely nothing done. And really what happened right here was such a great play. He stole the Nightmare from the Puck, and Puck, instead of orbing out instantly, silenced, because he knew that IX Mike was still in trouble, because he was now the one Nightmared, and Keeper Light is pretty easy to kill. But he silenced and then got out of there. So he kept Keeper Light safe after Keeper Light kept himself safe. So great presence of mind from both of these players on Liquid to keep each other safe. But I mean, yeah, you didn't die, but that's fantastic. You're going to be up against a DK, you're going to be up against an Alchemist, and you're probably going to be all sorts of unhappy moving forward into this game. TC still farming the top lane, almost does have his Battle Fury up, should be 11-minute, 12-minute Battle Fury on that, but Crazy. He has a Bracer, actually going to go for drums, possibly just going to go for a very, very early game based Dragon Knight build and VP. What is the build that Illidan ultimately did choose? Maxing out the Unstable Concoction, getting no acid, so he's going to go for a more farming-oriented build, I would say, and opting not for the acid. Doesn't really want to push this lane out too much because he's getting everything he wants. He has a complete free lane with only Bulba on the other end to try to disrupt him. Bulba's not going to be enough to stop this Alchemist. And Alchemist is going to get all the free farm in the world on this bottom lane, and Liquid, they need Vendetta on this Nyx. He needs a couple of levels if they actually want to make ganks happen, because VP, they're so incredibly tanky. They have defensive spells as well. They have the Nature's Prophet who can teleport in. And if they don't burst people down, then the tanky nature and the regeneration on the VP side is going to make it so difficult for Liquid to handle as they move forward in this game. Battle Fury should be picked up. No, not just yet. That's actually something else flying out towards the mid lane. But TC will have the Battle Fury in 12 minutes. Then his farm is going to skyrocket. However, he is still behind the Alchemist right now. That's actually pretty good. TC can get initiated upon. Wow, I completely missed that. Once again, the globs, and as Alchemist finds a solo kill into the Anti-Mage right before he picks up his Void Stone. The chicken was there, the chicken was ready to buy, and well, that simply did not happen. Very, very well-timed gank by Illidan. Pretty much doing that solo. Maxed out on the Unstable Concoction does a lot of damage, and setting up with that Shadow Blade as well, getting a free pick on the Anti-Mage, who really didn't see that one coming. Anti-Mage getting it slowed down a whole lot from that, and 5-0 Liquid so far behind in this game. May not be reflected in the gold graph where we see, only a 1500 gold, 2000 something experience. And so Liquid, they're still getting the farm going, technically. So the momentum you could definitely feel is in favor of VP. Now the mid lane tower is going to drop. Korok could jump in with a Waning Rift as well as a Dream Coil, but they're just looking for the tower denial right now. Will they find it? They will not find it. Crazy might get stunned from Fluff. There's the Dream Coil being dropped. Crazy gonna turn around and stun Fluff. Breathe Fire as well. Fluff taking a lot of damage from that. Crazy, though, is so tanky. They cannot bring him down. Here comes TC. Mana Void. He misses. He missed the Mana Void, but Weaver will take one. Will take another as well. TC done goofed. Here comes Illidan. Going to throw the potion at the Keeper of the Light. There's no more crowd control, however, and Illidan's going to walk on out of there. Bulba now trapped in the Sprout. Wheels Shukuchi away, but the missile is after him. That might kill if he doesn't Shukuchi dodge it. Black Cannon going to ward Korok away, and Bulba, no, where are you going? Where are you going? Take the missile hit. Whoa, that was so damn close. He almost got killed by that missile, going for that regen rune. But Liquid find 2 kills. They do, in the end, kill off the DK, but they took so much time to kill that DK off, and it's going to take even longer as he gets another point of Dragon Blood, drums as well. And Illidan, being really active around the map, has hit the level 10 mark, so gold per minute from him is going to skyrocket, and TC has finally purchased up his Void Stone. So the Alchemist gang delayed his the enemy Anti-Mage Battle Fury by an entire minute. Liquid doing, I mean, they get 2 kills, but they really need to turtle up really, really hard, because with the item choices that VP are making, they're signifying that they want to go aggressive. And Really, Liquid, they have the Keeper of the Light, but that won't be enough to hold back the aggression that's going to be coming their way. Bulba needs more farm, TC needs more farm, hell, even Korok needs a Blink Dagger, but all those items are very, very far away. So they're going to be hard-pressed to defend this aggression, especially if this happens. Oh, TC gonna get a potion right to the face. Blinding Light gonna help out, but there's a cooldown. TC dead in 2 hits. Now Ix Mike taking one of the misses from the cooldown as well. Stuck in the Sprout, will die. Korok is here as well, but he's probably just going to be more food for the grinder that is this VP side as they plow forward towards the top tier 1 tower. And really, I'm pretty sure this gold advantage and experience advantage is wrong, because it feels like VP are leading by so much more. Top tower is going to drop, and we might even see Crazy go for a solo kill onto Fluff. Oh, that could definitely happen. Yeah, that's easy. Easy business. Oh my god, I don't know what the hell happened there with the sound files. DK and Nyx just had like a shouting match, so I could not hear a thing. That's okay. 14 minutes in, Liquid so very far behind. They really need to, I don't even know what they have to do. They kind of have to turtle up and get TC and Bulb more farm. But at the same time, they can't. They have a Shadow Blade Alchemist to deal with, and they can't afford to put Sentry Wards everywhere. They are going to catch out Crazy in the mid lane. They might be able to bring him down. They will be able to. That is a dead DK right here. Gonna turn around, try to take out Fluff. Wow, here comes Illidan, gonna kill Ix Mike straight away. Brain Sap from Fluff, from Arzart onto Fluff will get cancelled off by the spikes. And Illidan and Arzart on the chase for Fluff, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Illidan just everywhere with the Shadow Blade concoction, being so very aggressive, and 3,800 gold. He could even go for a relic right now. 15-minute relic is not bad at all, especially after a friggin' Shadow Blade and treads. This Alchemist is incredibly scary, and Bulba, the KSI starting to get a couple of his items up as well. Will go for a very quick mech, which means that VP, once they get that, they can start making some pushes happen. Try to go for a couple of tier 2s, because they will be able to eat a Keeper of the Light, Illuminate, and still push on forward. TC might be in a little bit of trouble. Illidan does not have his potion shaken up, so he will not get that kill. He will jack 1 creep, which is the most important thing, of course. Arzart, getting pressured by Bulba. They do spot out Illidan. Is there a stun? There is not. Illidan a little bit too quick with that potion. Will stun himself, however. This could be a disaster for Illidan. He's out of mana. He's out of hope. He's going to die. A little bit of a misplay from the Alchemist right there, giving Liquid a much-needed kill. But in the end, is it really going to be enough? If he does that maybe 3 more times, then Liquid can get enough gold. It is going to end a streak, I believe. No, it actually didn't end a streak. That's kind of surprising. Oh, he only had 2 kills. He's getting all the assists. Assist Alchemist is credit to the team. But Liquid do get a couple more desperately needed kills. We'll give TC a little bit more free time to farm without having to worry about a Shadow Blade Alchemist coming up and tearing him a new one. But really, Anti-Mage needs so much more, because even though he has the Battle Fury, he's nowhere close to this Alchemist's farm, who's been so involved in the map and really hasn't had 2 deaths to his name. So TC has a lot of work cut out for him. Bulba needs to get as much farm as he possibly can as well. Gonna go for drums just to help his team as much as he can. Would not be surprised to see Medallion pick up either, to cut through a little bit of the tankiness that is on the VP side. And really, I mean, we were probably not going to look towards any expensive items anytime soon. He just can't get the farm for that, even though he is 301. Surprisingly enough, Bulba has yet to die in this game. TC going to blink away from Illidan. He did not see him coming, although he might have. There's some pretty comprehensive ward coverage on the Liquid side. They will know if anyone enters their jungle. And Alchemist has a BKB. The only thing that goes through BKB on Liquid is nothing, except for right clicks. That is going to be trouble for them, because this top lane is not long for life. Only 2 points in that acid spray. They will have to deal with Illuminate as well, but Crazy still has that level 1 Poison Dragon. Illidan is hunting for blood. He smells blood in the mid lane, where TC might be in a little bit of trouble. KSI trying to not scare him off, and looks like Illidan actually going to turn around. But TC still getting juked out, and wow, blinking forward right into Arzart. Nation Prophet Ultimate will be enough. It will just barely be enough with the Brain Sap from the Bane. It looked like TC was out of there, but the Brain Sap came out just a little bit quicker. That's a dead Anti-Mage right there. Fluff and Bulb on the bottom line, trying to force people back. They will succeed in doing so. But to what end? They already have lost their tier 2 top lane tower. Illidan continuing to get more farm on that lane. Korok finally picking up a Blink Dagger, but he had 2 shots to that Alchemist, and you could barely even tell that those shots were fired. So Liquid very, very far behind in this game. They need more time. They need to get Anti-Mage farm, and that involves Anti-Mage not getting picked off. Fluff and Stuff going for a Vendetta gank onto Arzart. Arzart, though, seems to smell something's coming, and Illidan, oh, he's pissed. He's pissed. He's going to find the tasty old man horse meat, and Alchemist does love that. There you go, shaking the potion, BKB to pop so he doesn't get stunned. Not really completely necessary, but it will secure the kill onto IX Mike, and now Sprout onto Fluff will get out of there successfully with the TP, however. And Crazy, he's going to find TC perhaps. He doesn't have vision of him just yet. He has vision of Korok. And Crazy going to go around for that kill. Does he have enough damage to kill off this puck alone? Oh, with Illidan, it's not going to matter because he won't be alone. But Illidan instead going to suicide bomb himself. Korok still in the top lane, still in danger. He is not going to spot out this incoming gank, so he's got to be very quick on the blink. Because here comes Illidan once again with the Shadow Blade, with the concoction shaking up, and Korok is dead. No, Fluff is dead. There you go, stun onto him. Anti-Mage does find the Gyrocopter, and actually the stun gets blocked by Fluff, but will it matter? He's going to pop the Vendetta, 2-man Dream Coil as well. There's Dustin, KSI teleporting in for this kill. He will be able to sprout Fluff and Stuff. Will he have enough damage to do so? Impale completely whiffing everything. Another potion being shaken. Fluff is going to die. In the meantime, Gyrocopter did get taken down by the likes of TC and Bulba together. But it's really not... they need a little bit more if they're going to make trades like that, because still VP are so very far ahead right now. And even though Liquid are getting kills on occasion, just the fact that the Alchemist could run so freely with Crazy and just farm Liquid's heroes right near their towers, it doesn't bode well for Liquid. And really just waiting right now for Crazy for VP to actually just decide to go for a couple more pushes. They still do have the level 1 DK form. Will not be level 3 for a little bit. Oh, but TC. Oh, TC. Brain sap, brain sap, brain sap. Just brain sap him. Brain sap him. Arzart, where are you going? Oh, they had vision of him and everything, and didn't decide to go in. That would have been a dead Anti-Mage. Brain sap is pure damage. Anti-Mage had less than 300, therefore Anti-Mage is dead. But Anti-Mage, playing it really ballsy, is getting a little bit of farm going up, so Liquid, I mean, they're starting to get some farm on the Anti-Mage, but it's definitely not enough farm. They need more. Especially when compared to the farm that's coming up on VP. It's going to be a mid-tier 1 push. Let's see who's going to get Fiend's Grip. Looks like it's going to be Korok. Arzart going to get juked out of that one, but Crazy's here. He's going to get the stun to IX Mike. Dragon form, he will just get the regular Dragon stun, so I guess it doesn't really matter. IX Mike going to get supported by the Impale. Blinding Flash as well, but in that acid, he will die to the Alchemist. Fluff and Stuff now just barely out of dust range, actually. He's going to be counting his blessings as he does Vendetta on out of there. But it is going to be a tier 2 tower going the way of VP. Liquid without the Cupid Light. They cannot defend this tower, and this is going to fall. Even more map control for the VP side. Now Korok in a little bit of trouble. Doesn't have his Blink Dagger for another 4 seconds. Will have it by the time these heroes come around. But he'll have to be incredibly quick with his phase shift and blink, because here comes the Bane looking for a brain sap. No. He's going to get out of there, and I feel like it's a little bit loud. I changed a little bit of the audio yesterday doing something else. Hopefully everything is fine in the recording. There's the push defense. Bulba going to throw out the swarm, going to hit onto KSI, but just a little bit more gold for him. Top lane push. Do you see TC circling around? Does have a missile targeted towards him. Going to let Liquid know that there's vision in this area. TC is going to get Fiend's Gripped. All down as well. Do these 2 supports have enough damage to kill off TC? They do not. Dream Coil being dropped down only into Arzart. Fluff and Stuff stunned. Crazy. Circling around, but a huge 3-man Impale. Illidan to the front lines with the BKB. Going to chop through IX Mike as quickly as he can. Get that potion out. And IX Mike is going to drop to this BKB Alchemist. Is there anyone else who's going to die? It looks like the answer is no. Everyone else from Liquid, they really can't fight this. Although the Dragon form up on GK starting time out. Illidan doesn't have his BKB. It doesn't look like it's going to matter. Tier 2 tower mid, tier 2 tower bot, and now the high ground. Poison Dragon still up, which means more damage to this tower. Drum being popped off as well. Tower's not long for life. IX Mike needs to get here with his Illuminate. But even then, will that be enough? Gotta give this Dragon Knight a wide berth. You cannot get too close, or else you will take a Dragon Tail straight to the face. Mana burn gonna hit Alchemist pretty damn hard, actually. Burn out a lot of his mana. And it looks like, what is this? BKB up on Crazy as well. Yeah, the Magic community is gonna screw over the Liquid side pretty hard. And VP could actually look for a very easy Roshan. Have more than enough ward coverage to do so. And a double life onto the DK or the Alchemist will mean that they could suicidally push into that mid lane. Fluff and Stuff gonna get a missile targeted towards him. If he gets hit by a secondary stun, there's the nothing, because Art here with the Nightmare. Potion's being shaken. Fluff and Stuff gonna take a 6 stun, and then the call down. Kaboom. Assassin down. Really, nothing is going Liquid's way this game, and except for TC, who almost has his Manta style, but that he's gonna need so much more than the Manta style to actually win this game for his team single-handedly. Because right now, no one else on the team is going to be contributing much of anything aside from Korok, who does have the Dream Coil, level 2, as well as maxed out on his nukes. But those two heroes alone, it's not going to cut it. Whereas VP, Nature's Prophet is starting to build up a Hex Stick, DK is doing his damage, Alchemist doing his damage. Hell, even the Gyrocopter has called down and maxed out Flat Cannon, and with the Fiend's Grip onto Bane, I mean, really, Liquid's support's kind of looking a little bit lackluster just because they've been constantly picked off 8 deaths on IX Mike. Exactly half of the kills from VP have been on that Keeper. Now we're just waiting for VP's high ground attempt. Don't imagine it'll take too long. Really, they have the lead and they could easily push in and win. Oh, there you go. Fluff getting caught out.
Talk about overreacting.
Once again, 5 deaths on this Assassin. That could push VP into the high ground. They do still have the Dragon form. Might as well go for it, man. Why wait? Why wait? Bulba gonna try to go for a kill onto KSI. Will tag him with the bugs. TC's coming in as well. KSI is gonna receive 2 TPs in support. However, Crazy's here. Gonna get the stun onto TC. This should be a dead anti-mage. Although Korok gonna come in. TC is gonna wipe out one before he does blink out. The potion gonna follow him. Will kill him off in transit. Crazy still dream coiled up. Will be fine. Sprout onto Korok. Will cut right through that with the Force Staff. Crazy. Art looking for a brain sap or something. Korok will get yanked back by the Keeper of the Light. But a dive onto KSI results in nothing but pain and suffering for Liquid. That's going to mean a free Roshan for VP. Go Roshan. There you go. They de-ward a little bit first, although it's not really a huge surprise for the Liquid side. They see VP going into this Roshan pit. With the anti-mages down, there is no way that they could fight this. If they do, it's going to be suicide. You know, maybe they could steal the Roshan with Illuminate, but that's bad. Oh, you do not want to be there, man. Boom, IX Mike is unhappy. He's very unhappy. And Roshan's still getting worked over by Illidan. Not a care in the world. Illuminate? What Illuminate? 2 down for Liquid. Aegis up on Illidan now. Or maybe DK? Maybe Bane. Gotta keep that Art guy alive. Need to get that Fiend's Grip out, man. It's important to do these things. It's important. I guess Illidan just feeling confident that he's unkillable with the BKB really doesn't need the Aegis. But when is VP's high ground attempt? So they have big items. Alchemist buying the entirety of his Assault Cuirass. Antimate does have a Manta style, or should have a Manta style soon. Yeah, very soon he will have it, but it's going to be bottom lane pushed out. Tower already was brought down to about half HP last push. Illidan in the front lines with that Chemical Rage. Going to get mech'd up as well. Creep Wave's going to survive. No backdoor protection either. Tower down, Korok gonna jump right in for a little bit of damage to Illidan. So he'll regenerate that relatively shortly. Now the Rax is in danger. You can see Bulba doing so much damage to Illidan. Look at this huge damage. No, wait, he didn't do anything. Now Crazy in the front lines looking for a Dragon Tail, just warding everyone back. Rax will drop in Liquid. They can't do anything about this. They, actually can't do anything about this. Now the mid lane, bottom lane range Rax, will it also drop, or are they just gonna fall back? Crazy now does have a gem. He can turn this around on Bulba. He is going to turn around to Bulba, or possibly not. Okay. They're looking for a Fiend's Grip on TC. Fluff and Stuff is coming in with Vendetta. There's the call down. Going to hit onto 2 very, very nicely. Illidan in the middle of everything with the BKB will instantly start chopping down Bulba. Will instantly start chopping down the Puck as well. TC forces TP, forces teleport into the trees with that blink. Is now trapped. Will eventually escape, but we do still have Illidan chasing down Bulba. Bulba will manage to dodge that with Shikuchi. 22 for 6, Liquid getting called GG. They were pretty much out of the game for a while now. It's just a matter of time before VP put that final nail in the coffin. I guess that fight taking bottom racks as well was enough for Liquid to say that they have had enough. They're going to tap on out of this game. Thanks for watching, guys. It's going to be VP versus Liquid from TPL4 playoffs. VP take it 1-0 over Liquid. This is a best of 3. This is going to determine who goes into the upper bracket, who goes into the lower bracket, and so far VP looking extremely strong and looking like they're hungry to get into that upper bracket. So we'll see what happens in game number 2. If you enjoyed this cast, like, comment, subscribe. Other than that, guys, GG.